Michigan. This is where I, along with 10 million others, live, love, and seek to grow old together. We share a common desire. Each of us wants the chance to exist healthy and happy. However, to achieve this goal, it's important that we recognize the role we play as caretakers of this amazing planet. Oftentimes, we lose sight of this, and the results are evident. We're really good at hiding the fact that we don't always take care of the environment the way that we should. Out of sight, out of mind, as the saying goes. Once I began actively searching for items that had not been disposed of properly, I realized there's garbage everywhere. Fortunately, the practices of reduce, reuse, and recycle have evolved in response. I set out to learn more about these concepts and how they can play a part in keeping our community and environment clean. I began by creating a survey. I wanted to get people thinking about recycling and reuse. At the end was an invitation for them to share their thoughts. The idea was to allow the dialogue to build itself through the concerns expressed by the community. With questions in hand, I tracked down area experts on these subjects. When you see garbage laying about in the environment, what sort of thoughts come to mind?
Well, the first thing I do if I'm out walking my neighborhood or in the parks or the woods and see something is I pick it up and I take it out because it's not supposed to be there.
I wonder why people don't take personal responsibility for their own actions.
Well, I used to get kind of irritated, but I'm usually more at peace when I'm in a natural setting. And I also realize that a lot of stuff that is blowing around, plastic bags, whatever, might have come out of a garbage truck or it might have blown out of someone's car when they were driving. So it's hard to get too annoyed about that.
When someone asks you about recycling, how do you respond to them?
The way I usually respond to someone who's curious about recycling, is I help them identify an easy way to recycle. So if I have a certain product that I want to recycle, where can I take it? What are the options? Because there's often 5 or 6 options for any given material.
No matter what the obstacles are, there's always a way to overcome those if you're interested in recycling, to find the much closer area where you can drop off your recycling, because these days it's not very far.
Are there services available that help make recycling easier?
Meridian Township, we have a special program where the participants in that community that are using Granger trash service can subscribe to the recycling service at no additional cost. You would think that that would mean everybody would do it. And the fact of the matter is that's not true. About 50% of those that are eligible participate.
What sorts of things can we do to create less waste?
It's a cultural issue and it's of systemic proportion. It's something we need to consider in terms of packaging. When you purchase items and you're looking at their packaging, can the packaging be reused? Can the packaging be reduced? Are there ways of distribution that we could, in effect, do now with our use of technology that were not previously possible, that could completely reduce or do away with a lot of the trash that we're creating just to get something, the 2.5 miles from the grocery store to your cupboard?
In what areas can we improve the process?
Yeah, I think that there's a lot of products. Green glass comes to mind. Wine bottles, energy drinks, juice drinks. I think that would definitely address a major gap in recycling right now.
Glass is a funny issue. We have brown, green, and clear glass that a lot of our beverages and food products come in. Unfortunately, those that make glass into new products have specifications for what they need, clear, green, or brown, as well as a myriad of other things. There's no one near the Michigan market that is taking the green glass and making it into something new.
What are some possible solutions to this problem?
People could either pay a small fee like we do with the deposits, or you could bring your own containers, and that we have the technology to create extremely durable, extremely cheap containers. And that's part of the problem, is that these things stay around forever. But if we could just, create set sizes and specific weight limits and set ounces so that you could get certain amounts of things at the store and it would all be the same and it would be uniform and there would be a system for it, then we wouldn't need to worry about recycling. We could all just reuse the stuff that we already have, and you wouldn't necessarily have to pay extra money.
How is the practice of recycling evolving?
A long time ago in the shipping industry, they made a decision to use the shipping containers that we see everywhere now, and those are loaded from the trucks directly onto trains and from trains directly onto trucks, and the contents aren't changed, and it was a decision that was made, and it was very costly, but once put in place has been a huge success.
Starting to see a turn toward what's known in the industry as single stream recycling, and basically all that means is you get one big bucket, you put all of your recyclables in it. It allows for a lot of different materials to be included than what you traditionally see, and then all of that is dumped into one truck with one big compartment versus multiple compartments, and it goes back to the material recovery facility where it's then either separated there or shipped to a larger place where it is separated out from that point.
What is this concept of reuse, and why is it so important?
We consume a lot, and one of the things that we believe, I think, is that more and more stuff. And so I think we have to question our kind of values about consumption and whether that actually brings us happiness, or consuming more and more is actually really doing something. The latest car, the latest TV, the latest what have you, latest style. The concept of waste reduction or reusing is really the first step. So looking at ways, it's a lot more eco-friendly to not generate the waste to begin with. Recycling may actually take more resources. So when I think about reusing, it's about buying stuff that is reusable, looking for something other than, a lot of the stuff we buy is single use. Use it once and then it goes in the trash. I was thinking about that question earlier. My backpack here, it's not the most beautiful piece, but I've had this for 30 years and it's still functional. I sent it back to the company twice and they fixed it for me for free. It's kind of the ultimate in reuse.
So if recycle, reuse, and reduce is a lifestyle, what's the philosophy grounding these theories?
Well, I think like with many of life's choices, a good approach is to take the 7 generations view, which is 7 generations from now, when they're looking back on our choices, what will they think? It's not just about us. It's not just about the convenience of our daily lives. It's not just about, is this going to cost a couple cents extra every time I go to the grocery store? The issues here are much more than it's just about money, and we need to consider that every single time that you take a little piece of crap and put it in a trash bag.